You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, if you guys remember during the Israel-Hamas war, you actually had a bunch of leftists out here in the United States. And they were actually wearing shirts that said, like, gays for Gaza. When in reality, if they actually went over there to Gaza, they probably would be put to death for being a part of the Alphabet Mafia. But they didn't care because it was about cultural Marxism, folks. Nothing more. These leftists over here see people in the Middle East as being oppressed. But when you actually look at a lot of these Muslim countries, folks, they're actually pretty conservative. They are. They're not down with the Alphabet Mafia stuff. So that brings us to the World Cup. Now, a match of the World Cup is actually going to be in Seattle, which is one of the most leftist cities in these United States of America. Remember, ground zero for Chaz Chop Zone, folks, where leftists actually got to take over many, many blocks in Seattle, as well as a police precinct. They're going to have a World Cup match. And the countries that are going to be participating in this match is Egypt and Iran, two Muslim countries. But since Seattle is so woke, they want to show the world, I guess, how inclusive they are. So the match is going to be a pride match. It's going to be a LGBTQ themed match. And I knew, folks, as soon as I saw this story, man, I was like, nah, Egypt and Iran are not going for this. They're not going for this. So, folks, this whole thing now has backfired. I'm thinking that if Seattle doesn't actually change this and drop the whole Pride Night thing, I don't think Egypt and Iran are actually going to participate in this match because they are furious now, folks. Furious. So let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Here we go. Right over here. Furious Egypt, Iran protests against World Cup soccer LGBTQI plus pride match in Seattle. Yeah, this actually goes against their religious beliefs. And I don't think they're going to compromise on this, folks, especially not Iran. Because in Iran, man, LGBTQ people are put to death. Says here, how dare you? That was the joint response from Muslim majority Egypt and Iran, two Middle East nations where homosexuality is illegal, venting their fury Tuesday that FIFA has scheduled a 2026 World Cup soccer match in Seattle that overlaps LGBTQI plus pride events. Yeah, June. So it's a bunch of virtue signaling, folks. The fixture on June 26th next year has been designed by local organizers as a pride match to coincide with Seattle's Pride weekend, as Breitbart News reported. Egypt and Iran are now furiously protesting because that cause affronts their Islamic sensibilities alongside, quote, the cultural and social values they hold. Egypt's Soccer Federation issued a statement late Tuesday saying it sent a letter to FIFA, quote, categorically rejecting any activities relating to supporting homosexuality during the match, close quote. Seattle Pride Fest has been organized in the city since 2007 by a nonprofit, which designated the June 26th game for celebration before FIFA made the World Cup draw Friday, AP reports. I'm wondering now if there's a chance that they can actually move around or change the location, I guess you can say, for Egypt and Iran. Because there's also Vancouver. Vancouver is going to have their own World Cup match, but I think they got pride events in Vancouver too. But I don't know if it's to the level of Seattle. Don't know. It goes on. It says FIFA chose Saturday to allocate the Egypt-Iran game to Seattle instead of Vancouver, where the team's group rivals, Belgium and New Zealand, will play at the same time. So I'm wondering if they could just flip-flop those and send Egypt and Iran to Vancouver. Because as far as we know right now, there's no pride events at this Belgium and New Zealand match. But I don't know. Maybe they can't change anything. But look here. The new woke mayor of Seattle, man, Katie Wilson, put this on social media. Quote, with matches on Juneteenth and Pride, we get to show the world that in Seattle, everyone is welcome. What an incredible honor. Well, guess what? Egypt and Iran don't want to be there. They're not down with this stuff, man. They're not down with this stuff. The AP report notes FIFA controls only stadiums and official fan zones in World Cup host cities and should have no formal authority over community events like Seattle Pride Fest. In Iran, where gays and lesbians can face the death penalty, the president of Iran's Football Federation, Mehdi Taj, attacked the match during an interview aired on state television. Taj said Iran would bring up the issue during a FIFA council meeting in Qatar next week. The longest-serving member of the 37-person council chaired by FIFA President Gianni Infantino is Egypt's Hani Abu Rada. Quote, both Egypt and we have objected because this is an unreasonable and illogical move that essentially signals support for a particular group, and we must definitely address this point, Taj said. State TV on Tuesday confirmed a complaint would be sent to FIFA. The Egypt Soccer Federation, led by Ado Rada, said of the Pride event, it, quote, completely rejects such activities which directly contradict the cultural, religious, and social values in the region, especially in Arab and Islamic societies. Yeah. So one thing about these Muslims, man, they will push back on this LGBT stuff. They just will. I mean, out here in the United States, guys, leftists attack Christians nonstop. They don't do that with Muslims. Why? Because the Muslims, man, they don't play games. They don't play games. We definitely have a lot of weak Christians here in this country. We definitely do. Those Muslims in these Middle Eastern countries, nah. They're not going to compromise their beliefs. They're not. So this whole thing now, guys, has backfired now. It's backfired big time. And one or two things is going to happen. Either Seattle is going to drop this whole Pride match, or Egypt and Iran are not going to play. I believe that's going to be the only outcome, guys. There's going to be no compromise here. None whatsoever. But I'm going to leave it right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.